What's up, everybody? It's JCast Productions, also known as Joseph Castro. I'm here with the famous Riston Diggs, here from South Carolina, but we're here now in San Diego. How are you doing today?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm happy to be sitting down with you talking about music and things I love. So
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I'm absolutely fantastic. I'm trying to talk to you about multiple things. We're going to talk about developing artistry, how you developed your artistry. We're also going to talk about what you think success is. We're also going to talk about a few things that you did in your past that are actually a huge part of what you are today.
Yeah.
So what we're going to talk about is how did you think that you got into the industry?
Man, for me, we created our own industry. We worked and we met other people who doing things like what you're doing right now that wanted to work on something, and those people picked up momentum and we just became our own. And then that industry starts making some noise within itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah.
I feel like everybody is doing that.
I recently actually put out a new song. It's called Flexin',
Yeah.
and it's now on all platforms through United Masters. And I thought that was really interesting that you can put anything now on just a platform,
Yeah.
and it'll be out to all platforms.
Yeah,
Things like that. There's multiple things like CD Baby.
Heck yeah.
You know, there's what's the other one? Well, CD Baby basically gets it onto Pandora. Things of that
Well,
nature.
I mean, these are distributors. So independently, you're going to need somebody to distribute your music to make sure it can get on every platform. They opened up a chance for you to have your industry. Man, creating it was the best process I ever went through, because we worked on this album without wondering, worrying when it was going to come out. We just worked on it just knowing we was making great music, And it was an intimate process because he had connections with certain songs and I had connections with the same songs for different reasons. So even when we was writing, he was producing every beat on that entire album. But he's coming in and he's already lacing like maybe a chorus or something that he feels. I might come in and lace a whole different feeling of what I'm feeling, and the record still comes together. So at that point now you have a magical thing, because it sounds like we were both writing from the same headspace. But Supreme Confidence, I was looking for Supreme Confidence in a different way than he was looking for. So, but both of us are joined on that album and we found it in our own ways.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And then also it's just expressing, it's just one of the albums that represent that too. So making something that can also make somebody else feel better, Supreme Confidence. Like, we all want that. We all want that, so we don't feel any insecurities in our life, because we all got some kind of feeling like where we feel a little bit like insufficient or something,
I see that you've performed at multiple venues, the San Diego County Fair.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for that, which was an amazing experience. Another thing that I think you've performed at is the Salty Frog.
Yeah.
Those as a success, but what are your goals?
Oh man, like performing wise?
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I just want to do performances for the rest of my life. Like, I love performing, I love being on stage, right? So it doesn't matter the venue. The venues are looked at like, wow, I get a chance to go share my art at the county fair, at the Salty Frog, at the Music Box, at the list goes on of venues that I've been.
Go ahead and
performing
talk about yourself.
Man,
it's a
well,
free.
I love performing, man. So like when it comes down to when I speak about that, if you say performance and like what do I think about it, like I'm always gonna be excited, because that's what I really love to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love making the art, but that's the work part. Like the performance, I'm gonna work so when I get on that stage, I can finally have fun. So I get to have fun at every one of the venues you name, but I don't care if it was your living room. I perform in there hard as the county fair.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man, I'm a person of society. I'm a person just like everybody else. I'm a human. I relate with everyone the same way that everyone else really does relate with everyone. Like on the bare bones of it, who we are as humans, right? Like we all feel shit. We all express shit in a certain way. We all get angry. We all get sad. We all feel certain things, right? And my music has those emotions in there. So if you're a person who feel anything, I connect with you. And I can speak to you in some kind of way, and we can speak, and I'm learning from you as well. But when I give it out in music, I'm bringing my emotions, your emotions, our emotions out.
And that's interesting that you say if you're a person that feels anything, because, you know, there's obviously different people out there in the world, you know what I'm saying, with different mentalities, grew up differently and all that.
Oh.
So that's why I feel like I grew up, you know, a certain type of way that would be influenced by the lyrics that you talk about, you know what I'm saying? Like growing up from like West Bronx, you know, being on Sedgwick Avenue, you know, talking to multiple people, skateboarding, things like that. So it's very relatable.
Oh man, that's I'm glad to know that, man. 'Cause like
even from across the country, it's relatable.
I'm always shocked, man, when people like relate with certain albums, like especially like Supreme Confidence, PTSD, and stuff, and they both two different vibes. And like you said, like when I say I want it, and people who can feel what I'm saying, when you say that, that's what it's for. You know?
It's for people that can feel.
That's it. As simple as that.
So growing up in South Carolina, how was that?
Man, fun. Like growing up in South Carolina for me was like I had like a great childhood. I grew up. Parents provided for me everything they could, you know. I grew up around things. I saw many things. I did things, but as an experience, I lived a life. But Carolina for me molded me with certain values that I have right now, to where when I come to a city like San Diego, a beautiful city, I can look at this city and appreciate every single aspect of it, from downtown to the beaches to just riding by in trees, just that I could take a jog outside and I could look at the view and not even care what part of California I'm in, because it all looks beautiful. Compared to the perspective of, not saying that Carolinas isn't beautiful as well, but what I was used to seeing my whole life, and now I'm around what I never thought I would be around on a daily, you know?
You're absolutely right, man. I have to agree with you. When I was out here, I just had to take a view of the beaches, the sunset, and everything that, and I had to get out of the house to do that. But you know, to be truthful, recently it's just been a hard life to adjust to, since it's so laid back, and since I'm from a big fucking city. You know?
You're from the concrete jungle, man.
Yeah, I'm from the concrete jungle, so we get depressed in the jungle, like the actual jungle. We need to be in the concrete jungle. We need to be working towards.
They say if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
That type of stuff.
Yeah. I feel that.
I feel that too.
I mean, that means y'all built from a certain kind of cloth too, so that's good.
See that you have 68,000, you know, or so views on a video from PTSD.
Yeah, that was the first video I ever did.
Can you tell me what song that was from?
Yeah, that was from the PTSD album, but the song was named Post Traumatic Stress Disorder.
Oh, okay.
And so that song was off the album. That album was released in 2015. And I mean, now I'm thinking, man, that work's so old now when I'm thinking about it, but it was still like such a powerful piece, because we wrote that for the PTSD album. It was about, you know, raw emotions, was things I was feeling at the time. Like I said, expressing stuff that people can feel. And that song, man, made people feel, you know what I mean? Like, we performed it at the county fair, and I haven't performed that song in so long before the county fair. Like, it's been about 2 years since I even played that song out live that I remember, you know what I mean? But when I did it there, it reminded me of how powerful it was. I forget about views and stuff because I never think about it. I never catch up to be like, oh, people saw it. Yeah. That's cool to me anyway, because I was happy to share my art. But now I'm so much in the creative process and everything. Like, I know everything has its time. When somebody discover me, my music is new to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So
and there's no difficulty to people discovering you, man. Because once they hear your music, it's gonna be.
It's all good.
You know what I'm saying? Man, it's been awesome talking to you about the industry, about like your past life, about coming out in San Diego.
SD, man, forever, man.
And you're not gonna move?
Man, I love San Diego, man. I'm gonna be in San Diego like forever, until San Diego can't have enough of me. You know what I'm saying? Till San Diego say, you gotta leave, I'm gonna be here. You know what I mean? Like, so San Diego, y'all got me as well. South Carolina, you still got me forever. But San Diego, y'all my second home, and I'm gonna be here always.
All right. That's amazing, man. We're going to get out of here with one more question, though.
Okay.
What do you have advice to the young artists out there that are trying to come up, trying to be, with the now?
Man. I'm gonna tell you right now, don't follow any trends. Do exactly what you feel like doing, whatever your music, whatever is telling you in your head, make that. And make sure you're outside running, doing your cardio, staying in shape, so you can perform up to like a standard of that you want people to see your music at. Make sure that you practicing as hard as you're going into the studio recording. You got to do it all as a performance artist. So my advice is do all of that, and everything is going to start to show itself. You know what I mean? You're going to see everything that you're looking for validation of whatever. You're going to get all of that if you just, do those things. Run, rehearse, practice, and record diligently.
Well, you heard it here first from the first interview that I've ever done, ever.
First.
JCast Productions, a.k.a. Joseph Castro. We're in the building with Riston Diggs. Thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man.
Take care, man.
Man, appreciate that.